on the Hollow Tesseract.
Hello, it's your co-hosts QuasarNova and Phantom Revan.
Yep, and today we're going to continue more of Shadows of New York. And quick recap of. I think we kind of get carried away with the recap, so I'll keep it super short.
We really do.
Because honestly, I think most people they're gonna watch previous VODs or they just want to dive in, kind of see what happens. So basically, Julia's a journalist. She becomes a vampire. And
before we start, though, I was just gonna say that quickly, this is like a very much later stream, and also we're kind of testing out whether a lot of people actually like watching during midday rather than at nighttime when we usually do it for us. So we're just trying to it's kind of a social experiment for us to see if people watch during this time or not. As well, sorry about the delay in between our streams. We normally want to do as frequently as possible. We've been I think the last week we did it almost every day, right? But this week it's been kind of we've just been a little bit busy in our private lives. So once we get that settled, hopefully we'll be back again more frequently. Thanks. All right, Revan, take it away.
All right. So recap: Julia's a journalist. Shit hits the fan. She becomes a vampire, and she's kind of treated like a child by the rest of the group. That's pretty much the recap. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah.
Wait. No.
What?
I almost started a new game. Okay, that was a close one.
Oh no.
No. We're fine.
Yeah, this is part 2, so let's do it from there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, worst case, I would just skip through all the dialogue and the choices that we picked. It wouldn't be a big deal. It would just be a slight delay.
The first part was basically just kind of a very big intro to the game. It was just she gets fired and then she gets turned into a vamp, whatever. Yeah. And then kind of you realize that the biggest thing of the last stream, which is spoiler alert, is basically that she and her girlfriend, who is now her ghoul, are living together. That's basically it. Right? And we don't really know much more than that, but that's where we left off. And then now we're actually starting the actual meat of the game, if that's what I understand. Right? Right, yep. Revan? Cool.
Yeah, that was pretty much the intro. And now we're just gonna... Now, the actual kind of big plot begins. So I will do these segments. And, just leave it to me. I'll tell you when you should do the narrations and when I should do it.
Sounds good.
The last scene was her in Dakota's apartment, and, so I'll read it here.
Mm-hmm.
I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least, the less time I spend with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to balance, though. I am grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Ah, yes, only one thing. Don't show up for the party at the art hole. Well, this is the rare night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city, see what's up. Maybe fix myself a little drink while I'm at it. Okay. Choices. First quest is called A Walk in the Park. In life, I wasn't especially fond of parks. Now, as one of the kindred, I can finally see the appeal. Past midnight, they become a surprisingly good hunting ground. Second one, Breaking the Habit. I need to break out of this mood, go somewhere I never visit, see something I tend to avoid. Think, Julia. What is the least you place to go and live a little? Alright.
The Breaking the Habit one sounds really fun because it's the Linkin Park song, the reference to the Linkin Park
exactly.
song.
Yeah. So that one?
I really like that. Yeah. I'm breaking.
Alright.
I can't sing.
Go ahead.
Alright. So I'm doing the narration here?
Yes.
Cool.
We're actually... there's a male character, so you're gonna do it. Yep.
Cool. What was I thinking? I mean, even the most hopeless introverts yearn for company every now and then. be it the company of someone they know or a total stranger revealing themselves to be the soulmate they've always sought. Even for someone as neurotic as me, there's something enthralling in the idea of briefly trading your individualism for a place in the crowd. You can just wander and stare. You can just wander around and stare like a peeping Tom hidden in plain sight. If there's anything missing from the shell of my previous social life, it's the intangible sensation of being part of a living mass. But really, Coney Island, of all places, what was I thinking? Surely it's my id finally revealing what I've been missing all along. All my sick soul really wanted was to nibble on a Williams caramel apple while taking an overpriced Wonder Wheel ride.
Sounds a little bit fun. I like Ferris
It does
wheels,
sound fun, but she hates it.
because she's an introvert, so this is like too much sensory overload.
I guess so. It's like she both wants to do it, but also doesn't want to be there.
She wanted to go out of her comfort zone, and she regrets it now. She's like, why'd I do this? I should have just stayed home, read a book.
Well, I'm here. Might as well try at least one of those tourist traps. The Thunderbolt sounds so cool.
So
Spookorama is like a haunted house, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I want to go on the Thunderbolt. I think that's a roller coaster.
Hey, Kitsune Fire. Good of you to join us.
Hey, Kitsune Fire. Hashtag relatable.
So Thunderbolt?
I want to go to an amusement park, but I want no one else to be there.
I know you want to go to an amusement park, but do you want to ride the Thunderbolt or not?
Yes. Please. Of all the nearby roller coasters, this one seems to attract the least attention. Perfect. I take a seat in the most weathered cart, buckle up, and prepare to force some enjoyment out of myself.
So this is slightly related. I've never been on a roller coaster before, but if
Never?
I do, yeah, I've never been on a roller coaster.
Oh my god.
But if I were to, I would try to pull this prank, but maybe I wouldn't. But just the idea is kind of dark and funny, where you turn around, or no, you tap the person in front of you, and you're like, "Hey, what is it? I think these screws fell out of your seat."
Oh no! Oh no!
You just take some screws.
I would
with you.
literally cry. I would actually cry. Don't ever do that.
I obviously wouldn't do that, but it's like one of those dark, fun ideas you get, but in practicality, they wouldn't be fun, and the person would probably get really angry, really stressed out, and it wouldn't be cool. Yeah.
So
but maybe to a close friend,
parks?
maybe to a really close friend who I play pranks on, like I would maybe do that, but not to a stranger. Not to a stranger. That would
of course. That would be like terrifying. But like, so there's like 2 amusement parks nearby, near like one in my city, one in my friend's city, on an island. And so, in my city, I've gone on all of the roller coasters except for like one that actually takes you up like backwards. Like upside down is fine, but backwards is not good. It really makes you sick, right? Especially with someone like me who has like
motion sickness.
Motion sickness, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's unnerving. But I've gone on like really high drops. But lately I've been like scared shitless when I go on roller coasters because it's so high. Like the reality is getting to me. it's so hard. Anyways, let's continue and see what she reacts with.
Yeah, this is her reaction.
Yeah. After a few minutes ride, I realized why everyone gives this place a wide berth. To say it was underwhelming would be an undeserved.
Is it breath or birth? Birth.
It's birth. You're right. Okay. To give it a few minutes after a few minutes ride, I realized why everyone gives this place a wide berth. To say it was underwhelming would be an undeserved compliment.
Damn.
Wow.
It sucked.
I mean, it's called a Thunderbolt. You'd expect it to be fast, but I guess not.
Exactly. It wasn't.
Not that I was expecting anything else, but still, I'm not sure what I was hoping for. Amidst the clouds of cigarette smoke, I noticed an old woman perched silently on the wall. She looks like one giant wrinkle, but her gaze is lively and pierces right through me. I pulled the crumpled package out of my back pocket, my last smoke. As I raise the lighter, some pompous dick preoccupied with his visibly bored girlfriend shoves a cigarette out of my hand. Somehow, it's his half-assed apology that pisses me off the most. The urge to drink him dry is strong, but I let it pass. I look beneath my feet. I can hear the old crone cackling as my cigarette sinks into the only puddle in the vicinity. Fuck. I turn toward the exit and notice some brawny dude closing in on me. The way he's dressed is has the same uncanny aura as Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi walking through a high school corridor in a skater outfit. Except that Steve Buscemi is 1,000 times cooler than this guy.
To answer
You know Steve Buscemi.
Real quick, to answer Wolf's 7's question, no. That is a myth. Crosses, holy symbols do not hurt the vampires. The only things that hurt vampire are fire, sunlight,
and
wooden
Stakes.
bullets, or wooden stakes, and someone who has true faith. True faith can be any religion. It could be. It doesn't mean a priest or an imam. The core rule book literally says true faith can be a Hindu, can be a Muslim, can be a Christian, can be an agnostic or an atheist. Someone who has true sincerity in their convictions and beliefs, they will give off this aura that hurts the vampire. It's going to feel like sunlight. Crosses,
but
no.
It doesn't necessarily mean, like, the true faith thing doesn't actually hurt them. It just makes them uncomfortable, right?
No, it does hurt them. They feel.
It does.
They feel like they're near the sun, like a burning sensation. And if they get too close to the person, they can end up burning up. Like, depending on how new and inexperienced, depending on the vampire's level of humanity. Julia, the main character here, she is Catholic. She comes from a Catholic background, hence why she's wearing that crucifix.
Yeah. He gets right into my face and hands me a cigarette, pulling up a rather annoying smirk.
Having a bad night, sweetheart?
Don't respond. No, actually, leave me alone. Be curt and just just tell him to leave.
So the first one?
Yeah, she doesn't actually want to be with anyone right now. She already said she hates this. Yeah, and you being here makes it an order of magnitude worse. Go away. He completely disregards my reluctance and starts waving his hands erratically like a second-hand mime.
That's a shame, but hey, you seem like a girl who likes to have fun. I know these things. I have something here just for you. Want to check it out?
Throughout his bizarre peacock dance, his colorful wristbands pops from behind his sleeve. Shit, man, how clueless could you be? Is this a hidden camera show, or maybe you're just some newbie being hazed by the rest of your undercover unit? Fake curiosity. I want to see how far this guy goes. He really thinks I'll take the bait? Unbelievable. Okay, smartass, you're on.
Well, what do you say?
Keep talking.
Why won't you follow me in my stash? I've got dope.
Wow, just wow. Wow, this guy's actually trying so hard to be like a drug dealer.
Yep.
Hilarious.
He's a terrible one.
Let me stop you right there. Tony Montana. Less than 10 seconds and you rush straight to the finish line. Also, dope? You poor soul. You're out of your depth. Who put you up to this?
Yeah, who calls it dope on the street? Like, what drug dealer goes, hey boys, so I got some heroin in my stash. You wanna, like...
I got some Mary Jane, if you know what I mean.
I got some devil's lettuce.
I seem to have struck a nerve, and he doesn't know how to handle it. Come on, big guy, just give me a reason.
Well, fuck you too, bitch.
Now that's just rude, and begs for a reaction. What does it mean by drop your act for everyone?
So drop your act, so basically you're gonna use dominate, and you're gonna basically have everyone watch him be embarrassed, versus using dominate and you're just gonna scare the people in the haunted house. So the number 2 option is like you're gonna cause a big scene. You want to cause a big scene.
I don't think she'd want to cause a big scene, but scaring the haunted house visitors sounds pretty fun.
So the third option?
Yeah. Probably a bad idea, but I want to do it anyways because it sounds fun.
Your blood seems to be, your hunger seems to be low. So all right.
Let's go. He freezes in place as I gaze into his eyes. I point my finger at the haunted house ride. Go inside. Pretend to be a real monster. The cop quickly waddles to the front entrance of the Spookorama, leaving the ticket seller flabbergasted with his impudence. A moment later, I see a member of the staff wrestling with the wannabe drug dealer as he's doing his best werewolf impression and tearing off his t-shirt.
That's so offensive to werewolves.
The two casually dressed guys sharing similar light blue wristbands jump to the scene, taking out their badges and frantically trying to stop their buddy from biting them. That's hilarious.
You basically, this was like a what do they call those again? Like when cops, they're setting up a thing to catch a person. Like
it's a sting operation.
A sting. You busted their sting operation. Honestly, though, he was a pretty bad drug dealer. Like he's probably a newbie.
He came up saying, "Want to buy some dope?"
He's probably a newbie cop, and his older like friends probably like this is like probably like a cop hazing ritual. And they're like, "All right, you're the new guy on the block. You're gonna pretend to be the drug dealer." And he probably had no idea how actual drug dealers talk. He's like, "Hey, want to buy some dope?"
Hey guys, I'm totally not a cop. I promise. That's enough to put a smile on my face. Seeing the old crone rolling in the aisles, laughing her heart out at that pig, as that pig suddenly makes the whole Coney Island Seeing the old crone rolling in the aisles, laughing her heart out at the pig suddenly makes that pig suddenly makes the whole Coney Island trip somehow worthwhile. How does that make any sense?
Saying, what it's saying, seeing the old crone rolling in the aisles, laughing her heart out at that pig, suddenly makes the whole Coney Island trip worthwhile. Yeah. What it's saying is, pig is a derogatory term.
There is no commas in this. There's no commas in the sentence. It's throwing me off completely.
I guess like I'm really like I'm used to like reading ahead like really quickly, so I'm like, oh, this sentence is saying this. But yeah, I can see why the lack of commas makes it a little.
Yeah, I'm like a huge fan of the Oxford comma. Just saying, #Oxford comma. It is the best thing in the world, and it really helps you.
But you got what the sentence means. She made this old woman laugh
after you use the pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that, but I mean, you see the space between pig and suddenly.
Yeah, not everyone
there should have been
the
a comma
Oxford.
There.
Yeah, I can agree.
Well, they should.
I mean, not everyone uses the Oxford comma, but you got the idea. Read the rest of it.
#grammar. Yeah, I was gonna say. Anyways, never mind. She applauds me from afar. No one but me seems to notice. Maybe there's something more to this place after all. I casually wave back at the old lady as I take my leave.
All right.
Guess that's enough.
Here.
Oh, that's you.
I'll take over here. Yeah. Guess that's enough human interaction for one night. Once more to Big Beat Burger, into the last fast food joint I'll ever know.
I'll have the usual.
The first time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiles, nods, and charges me for one black coffee. I can imagine them instructing the newbies, see that emo weirdo? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else. She doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single sip even if I was still alive. This stuff is just trash. But at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to.
She's one of those people, like, who just buys a single coffee or like, can I have some water? And then just sits there for like 4 hours.
At least she's buying it. At least she's buying it, right? Like, she's doing something. Yeah, but
it's like a $2 coffee for like, just sitting there for like, at least buy a meal.
That's a large waste. Like, at least the coffee's small. A meal, the whole thing's gonna go completely to waste. And it's better than
like a homeless dude.
I mean, she's here to wait for clients and stuff, and it looks even more suspicious. Again, she has to be discreet, right? So a coffee,
True.
like, you can't tell how much she's drunk. If a meal, you can easily notice, like, what the hell? She's been sitting here, and she hasn't taken a bite at all, and she's just sitting here for a long time. And it's better than, like, a lot of people, they go to restaurants or, like, Starbucks and stuff, and they just sit down, but like you buy something, it's better than just buying nothing. And
Of course, it's always better to buy something than nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, as someone who did work in the service industry for a while, I would rather you buy an actual meal than give it to someone else. You're not going to eat it.
I get that, but like she's going to be there for God knows how many hours, and that meal just won't go untouched, which is kind of suspicious. And if she's doing this every single day, people would like, okay, this girl buys a whole meal and just sits there doing nothing.
I mean, she could pretend to eat a fry and then ask for the rest to go.
She's gonna throw up. Vampires cannot eat human living food.
No.
If they do, they will throw up.
Pretend to eat a fry.
Again,
and then kind of like spit it out into a napkin.
Buying a coffee, and she comes there every day, so they know her as a regular at this point. It's like whatever. And plus the workers are probably busy enough dealing with enough bullshit from customers, they don't give a shit.
Okay. Fair. Alright.
I wish I could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touch screens don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. The La Sombra Bane, you kind of mess up technology. Ah well, the good news is, it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight.
Her outfit is so nice. Like, even though it's like super chill, it's so nice. Yeah.
Yep. The bad news is, it's because every kindred who matters is having fun at the art hole right now. It's not like I wanted to go. I just wanted them to invite me so that I could tell them to fuck off. I scanned the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. Am I naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery? Guess I am. Alright, you take over here. You'll see why.
Please, please, please let someone come and get me out of here. A prince. A princess. A knight in shining armor, a fairy godmother, a passing huntsman, a big bad wolf. Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich. Vin Diesel. Azealia Banks. I don't know half of these people.
You don't know Vin Diesel?
I know Vin Diesel. I don't know who Mila is.
I believe Mila Jovovich might be a writer or a model. I gotta check again. I'm mixing her up with somebody else.
Or Azealia.
You never heard of Azealia Banks?
Nope.
She's a celebrity.
Well, okay. I don't know anything about celebrities.
Don't worry. I'll bring you out from the rock you live under.
Says the guy who's never gone on a roller coaster.
At least I know pop culture.
I mean, you can know all the pop culture you want. At least I've experienced stuff that's fun.
Roller coasters seem kind of overrated. I'd probably throw up if I got on one.
Exactly why you should try to get on one first.
But then I could just make myself throw up. Like, why do I need to go on a roller coaster to throw up? That's
because
like paying
then you
money
get
to throw
the added
up.
fear of the scare of heights and
I already have a phobia of heights, so I probably shouldn't even ride it. I have a serious phobia.
Which is why you should ride one, because it makes the
no, it might
scarier.
psychologically. No, I don't want to. This is an actual serious psychological trauma of heights.
Okay.
So
fine.
Never mind. Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't even ride one.
My bad. Okay. Hell, I'll take anyone at this point. Ugh. Visualizing, tapping into the power of my subconscious, materializing my dreams. Nope, doesn't work. Looks like you're eternally stuck being a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant. Sweet little Julia. On life's a bitch, and then you don't even die. I pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. Having found it too mentally taxing, I switched to pretending to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. After the terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing, drugged-out rants about troubled childhood in Maine, I switched back to look at the entrance.
Damn, that's a slight jab at Stephen King.
That party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring. That's what they all say when they don't get invited.
Yep. The party probably sucks.
Oh, they probably hate it there. There's probably police there right now. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm just asking for amusement. Which I think, you know what? I think I've been playing her decently well in terms of choices because I have been going for the more amusing options. versus where in Layla I was kind of like more risky, or like not risky. I was kind of like cautious
Reckless.
and then turned completely reckless. Yeah, but
Yeah.
for how I see Julia is she's more just curious and fun, you know?
Because you literally hear Layla's a blank slate. You put onto Layla
Yeah.
what you feel. Julia is a more established character. You're just making
She
decisions.
is much more. But it doesn't come. All I get is boring bozos in normcore clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and then walk out.
Freaking normies.
Freaking normies. Come on, do a handstand. Show me something. Anything. A few minutes after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around, impatient, irritated. Then he notices the person I was looking for and reacts with visible relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me, and says,
There you are.
"Oh, it's him." Wait, he sounded like someone who was very, like, the description sounded like he was very, like, like a skip in a step. Like, he was, like, very happy.
She was fantasizing, like, just imagining.
That's
like...
hilarious. And it's Kadir of all people.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's curious. He shouldn't be here. Vin Diesel. Let's go with the Vin Diesel option. Looks like my prayers were answered. Vin goddamn Diesel is here, ready to take me away from this dreadful place in a shining Dodge Charger. Oh god, that's hilarious. Is Michelle Rodriguez in trouble again? Have you made up with The Rock? Will we get justice for Han? Are we going to a race? Will you teach me how to live my life a quarter mile at a time?
So depending on which option you pick, Big Bad Wolf, Fairy Godmother, all of these things would be different.
Yeah, I love this option. I dumb myself. My dumb attempt at my self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eyes. He just stares at me blankly.
Goddard probably doesn't even know half of those people.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck?
Grab your stuff and get in my car. Now.
His tone leaves no room for doubt. Something bad has happened. I wanted to ask what, but whatever he's in, his I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you say mode, I know better than to ask questions. Instead, I silently follow him to the exit. He guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up. Again, I don't think I have, but have I? Kadir's car, as usual, he gave me the back seat. He's always uneasy when the passenger seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. Normally I'd catch him observing me in the rearview mirror, but this time, he's watching the streets. More tense than usual. Something must have caught him off guard. I have never related to Kadir more. Are you talking about the passenger seat thing?
I think she's talking about whenever something's gone down, like he's just no time for nonsense. He's straight up like, we're doing this right now.
Yeah, just let's get to this. All right. I've got my seatbelt on and my popcorn ready. What's up? The awkward silence feels like it'll last forever.
Oh, you're talking about the Vin Diesel illiteracy? Okay. Yeah, because those were all like Vin Diesel movie references.
Eventually, he finds the right words and speaks up.
6 weeks ago, the prince told me to parlay with the anarchs in the docks. Remember?
Yeah, and you made me tag along so I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics meant something awfully similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at a wedding party.
There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in the room, their leader, white hair, a monocle, musty clothes. With this fucking cola hunt.
Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, how could I forget? A lot of the paunchy, old-timey, bravado, gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British. It made me think of Hollywood. Callahan.
Baron Callahan. Douglas. Boss. Callahan.
Right. It's 2020, but the man's opinions and ideas were stuck back in 1920. Weren't the Anarchs supposed to be the progressive option? I never understood why they put up with them.
He has his ways of predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Camarilla or the SI hit the Anarchs, it was the factions opposed to him that were hurt. The luckiest bastard in the world.
I thought you didn't believe in luck.
I don't, but it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight.
Huh. Wait, don't tell me. The Anarchs got... No. Yeah, the Anarchs got rid of him? The Anarchs got rid of him? An evil grin.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know the specifics. But I do know, he's gone.
What? Gone? As in, he's dead? Deader than dead?
I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death.
Thank God, I hate that guy. Just saying, from past experience with him from the last game, hate him.
Oh, hey, Rorschach.
Oh, hey, Roche. Yeah, I really like VTM. What's it called? Kitsune Fire, meet Roche. Roche is the DM for Revan's VTM game, and Kitsune Fire is DM for my Pathfinder game. D&D/Pathfinder. We kind of moved to Pathfinder. But yeah, DMs converse.
That's a bad idea.
You know?
Now they're going to collectively torture us.
Oh no, they're just gonna be like, how do you torture your player best?
For reference, my VTM character yesterday got sliced in half. I lost my torso. I survived, but I lost my entire torso. I have to regrow it.
Well, I almost got the leader of a clan mad at me because I decided to insult his culture.
Oh, boo-hoo, you got the leader of a clan mad at you.
No, like, you don't understand. He's like the head of this clan. It was like my best, not my best friend, my friend.
I'm sorry, Quasar. Did you lose your legs? Did your legs literally get chopped off? That your friend had to use shadow arms to pull you out of the forest, and then your other friend had to floor the truck? I'm sorry. All I'm hearing is, oh, I pissed off a clan leader.
Anyways, let's get back to the game.
Yeah.
How did you know? Or how do you know?
We've got trustworthy sources in the Anarch inner circles. Looks like all hell's about to break loose. There's an emergency meeting at the art hole.
Jesus. And you're bringing me with you? Why?
Because you were on the way. Because I could. Because I should. You might not be important to the members of the court, but you're still an asset to the sect. Symbolically, at least. I can justify sneaking you into the party, claiming it's for your own protection.
As always, my very own Vin Diesel takes care of his familia.
Ah, there you go. Vin Diesel familia. His familia memes.
Me and my familia. Wait a minute, though. The party's still happening?
I called the prince, told her the best course of action is stopping it, and started listing security protocols I have prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me we will discuss the subject face to face.
Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party's just that important, huh?
Hold up. Quasar's character's a multi-thousand bounty on her head even though she's only level 3, so there's plenty of room to grow. Ah, okay. So the torture is like slowly
No. Shit. So yeah, there's so the first thing that happens in this campaign is my character and another friend's character. They travel together on this train and they end up murdering a very important person because they had to.
Did you do the murdering? Reasons? Did you do the stabbing, or the friend did?
The friend did. The friend was the stabber.
And you were just complicit. You were an accomplice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was an accomplice, so I didn't actually do the killing blow. But because I was there and because I decided to be like, oh, I was on this train and stuff to other people, they decided, they're like, yeah, this person, this little girl, she might look tiny and might look like she's completely harmless, but she is evil. So we need to kill
Rorschach
her.
Is like, can I make a character just to hunt Quasar? Oh boy.
My poor character, man. Like, she's just this adorable little 17-year-old. Come on.
It kind of sounds like you're a little shit.
She is. She really is. Like I said, she pissed off a leader of a clan.
Let me know when your character's
By
legs get
insulting his
chopped off
culture.
and you go into a coma. Then come back and talk to me.
Okay, we really need to have like
Yeah.
a D/VTM chat, like where we just go off the rail about it in another stream. But we
I'd be down for
definitely
that.
need to have one.
We should.
That'd be
We could do
really
that.
fun.
We could host both of our DMs and then actually no, they might collectively just describe all the ways.
They will
they'll torture
collectively
us.
torment us for sure.
Yep.
But
Yep.
it's all the best entertainment. All right, the party is that important, huh?
Politics. Politics is that important.
I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. Once again, politics sounds an awful Politics sounds an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other.
Don't worry. This isn't the kind of, how should I call it, governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with.
And how you describe the government issues we tend to deal with. Governing issues. Oops.
Shoveling ourselves out of shit.
As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing, or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. And that's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off towards the unknown.
I'm not a New York City Baron. The Baron of New York City, if you please.
Once more, a memory of the old douchebag who thought he could rule the world crossed my mind. Well, it looks like the world has left him behind. Sayonara, asshole.
Can't agree more. Alright, I'll take over here.
Cool.
And here I am, at the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight, the art hole. Guessing by the sounds, the inside seems lively. Even if they know it's an emergency, they simply don't care. What are you standing around for? You still need an invitation?
Idea, do I?
I think the bouncer will let you in.
He's the bouncer. There's the bouncer.
Yes, and he's standing right in front of you.
I
Just
knew
start
it.
walking, whelp.
Yo, Kader's the best, I swear.
I like Calder, he's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I've liked him since the first game.
You were, don't lie, you were scared of him, you're like, who is this strange guy? He's gonna stick me in a... And you tried to hijack his car and he staked you, don't forget that.
Well, I mean, he did try to
So
literally
now
kidnap me in the
I'm
beginning,
not surprised.
so-
I really am not surprised you pissed off some clan leader and there's a bounty on your head, like Monkey D. Luffy.
Okay, I didn't piss off the clan leader and then get the bounty, I got the bounty and then piss off the clan leader, okay? There's
Oh,
an
okay,
order to this chaos.
so they're not correlated, but they could be. It could they could multiply off each other.
They
Cool,
are not
nice.
correlated at all, but one could result in the escalation of the other. So let's
Amazing.
just keep it there.
I can't wait for them to collide.
I don't know.
And here I am, among partying elites. It's as stuffy and boring as I expected. But hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Panhard came up with these yearly gatherings is called Celebrations of Power, an invitation to re-examine the relationship between our undead bodies and the spaces they inhabit. The week-long event is packaged as a sort of performance art piece, meant to make kindred who are involved celebrate their potential, instead of despairing at their monstrous nature. We need to counter-program the omnipresent images of tragic vampirism with images that remind us we have inherited the earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way our prince puts it. To this end, she organizes a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties and business meetings are the most important. My prince.
Excuse me. Sorry, I was in the other voice. Kader, finally.
A saint with angelic wings, a holy patron of New York City. I take a good look around. Half the figures here are dressed like they're attending a masked ball. The other half are religious figures. Either demonic or saintly. I have to admit, I don't fully understand the theme here. I know Panhard based it on psychomagic, a sort of shamanic?
Shamanic.
Shamanic.
I'd say
Okay.
shamanic.
A sort of shamanic psychotherapy using the power of art.
The word right. Then you said it wrong immediately after.
I'm sorry, English is inconsistent, not my problem. Blame it on the British. Simply put, it's a holy mass and unholy mass in equal measures. A set of rituals meant to make the participants wholeheartedly accept they're both the worst and the best this earth has to offer.
Hoffer.
I made that dig.
mask.
I made that dig at the English because I know Roche would appreciate it.
The English! Okay. Put on this mask. At the very least, you're standing out.
Here. That's got there's mask.
What is this mask? That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That was furry mask?
He's
Oh
like
my
some sort of. It looks like a ram. He's a ram basically. Some sort of weird ram.
Yeah, but that looks Wolf 7, if you're ever gonna stream, put on this mask, okay? You'll look best with it.
I heard the aesthetic basis for these parties is the black mass in the film Wise-Eyed Shut. Wide eyes shut. Shut eyes wide. I heard the aesthetic basis for these parties is the black mass in the film Eyes Wide Shut. Some think this decision means Panhard is tone deaf, but it's quite the contrary. She knows the Anarchs are constantly looking for ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric that point out glaring contradictions in her theoretically benevolent rule. But instead of denying and suppressing aesthetics designed to criticize the elites, she embraces them. Instead of risking a Streisand effect, she effectively defangs the opposition. The resistance becomes a part of the system, and both the Camarilla and the Anarchs get the same message. Don't think of it as a pathology, think of it as the new normal. So where's the orgy? Damn. I'll collect the key advisors.
They've already been told to come here. I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over there.
Are you certain?
Absolutely. Wait, is that Miss Swansky I see behind you? Just like Qadir talk. Yeah.
I nudged Qadir to take over. I collected her on the way here, because of her role as a La Sombra representative. Just say political hostage. You people have made it perfectly clear what's gonna happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you. I realized she might have become a target and decided to hide her at the art hole. Putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier. I will look for a safe place for her to spend the night. Let her stay with you for now, Al-Asmai. Time is of the essence. You can take over here.
Yeah. I didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice get up.
Are you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say here is going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with the appropriate messaging.
Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human toward the basement. Human girl toward the basement. Led like a lamb to slaughter. Best not to think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place.
Before everyone gets here, I'd like to secure the perimeter. Easy now, Al-Asmai. All of the appropriate security protocols for you are already active. Me and the prince have already pulled some strings as well. The situation is mostly under control. Mostly under control never let anyone sleep any easier. Al-Asmai, I know that as the prince's sword you're aching for blood, but you have to accept that, like most weapons known to men, you're most effective hidden in the sheath.
I also hate Arturo. And Qadir also hates Arturo. Everyone hates Arturo. Just hate on Arturo.
Yep.
I am sorry if your name is Arturo.
Listen here, now.
How was her accent again? The
Slightly
Arab
Arab.
accent?
Slightly Arab. Slightly Arab.
Can you mimic it so I can mimic you?
Okay, so if I was a guy, if I was a slightly Arab guy, looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion in the making.
Cool.
But sadly...
Looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion in the making, but sadly, I am forced to interrupt. Prince Panhard. All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two. I was going to say
Beneath the two
God.
men.
Oh, no. All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two men, her calm and collected voice completely changing the atmosphere, as expected of a self-professed protector of peace. Samira, I hope you are enjoying yourself. To be quite honest, I feel out of place. She nods and smiles at me, probably to signal she takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of water. Especially now, seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine. Nonsense. We have a delicate matter to discuss, one that might require severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wished for a child of Hakim to be involved. Of course. What is with the expression on your face, Kadir? He quickly corrects himself.
Collects.
Whoops. He quickly collects himself because Kadir would never correct himself.
Mm-hmm. Look who's joining us.
Kitsune Fire said, Kadir once again saying everything I want to, mostly under control, has the exact same energy as a GM saying you can certainly try.
Oh, yep. After our VTM thing yesterday, I told everyone in the group, all the players, fuck the woods, we're never going to the woods. Woods have were creatures. Yeah.
The High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, Lady Eiling Sturbrig, walks up to our group in an outfit that I would never have imagined her in, pretending everything is par for the course. Do you want to take over the voicing now? Because I'm going to be doing like four girls.
Three girls. Okay, Khan, your character went into frenzy, and if you didn't roll a crit on your frenzy check, Khan is actually one of the players in our group. If you didn't roll a crit to resist the frenzy check, you would have died to the bigger were links, and then all three of the characters you rolled in VTM would have all died to were creatures. It would have been poetic in a way.
How is her character again? She's kind of like cold.
Very
right?
cold. Think cold academic. Yeah.
Prince Panhard, the sheriff, the harpy, the Banu Hakim Primogen. Are we still waiting for someone?
I mean, yeah, your character Khan did die saving my ass. Because you offered to, and then that character was gone. I don't even have him anymore.
Okay, like I said, we definitely need to have an off the rails kind of VTM/Pathfinder conversation where we discuss our campaigns. But right now is not the time.
Yes. Rorschach said our favorite clan Tremere. Yeah, because in our VTM campaign, we basically pissed off all the important Tremere.
Tremere are the blood sorcerers, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. He's almost here. Shining even more brightly than usual, Eiling. I adore your outfit, Samira. I wish the prince allowed the same amount of effort for me.
I, for one, am glad she didn't. I particularly love those horns.
Thank you for reminding me. I put them on at the prince's behest, but I believe she had more than enough fun. No, not yet. Well, this will do for now. But you're not off the hook yet. I paid a costly price to see you like this.
Both Qadir's and the prince's voices are strained whenever they attempt humor. Their minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. Arturo, on the other hand, seems calm.
We all certainly celebrate our power in different ways, I suppose. Now, what's this about? Just a moment. Over here, Addison.
The Camarilla's infamous spokesman approaches, pushed towards us in a wheelchair by his servant. Helen, everyone, I certainly hope this is something important. I kind of see this character as, Judah from BoJack Horseman. I see his servant as like a Judah type character, like the way his
Who's
mannerism.
Judah?
Judah, she, spoiler alert, Princess Caroline's glasses, long hair, beard, plays the guitar. Spoiler alert, they end up getting married. Princess Caroline marries him in the finale.
Oh, damn. Oh, that's why, because I never watched the finale. Spoiler. Spoils. Spoiled. I'm spoiled.
You told me you watched the whole...
to me.
This is your own doing.
I didn't watch the very last season, damn it.
What a commanding tone. Seeing as Pain can't communicate normally, his servant relays his words to us instead, and he's posh and snobby enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't be joining us?
He gave me fair warning that he might not make it tonight. I've messaged him the details.
I'll have to find time to meet him later, then. Finding time, searching for lost time. I swear it's all I do nowadays, and there's never enough.
I guess now you understand why I insisted that this event must last all week. So many esteemed guests, many of them out of town, each deserving at least a few hours.
The figure in the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently. Yes. Let's just cut to the chase now, shall we? That might be the wisest course of action. My prince?
Arturo.
My prince, everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control. The negotiations are underway, and the situation is more tense than dangerous. We are safe. Let me repeat, we are safe. And with that out of the way, here's the big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of the Anarchs in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight. How did you find out? We have a good friend near his office. Their intel is as accurate as it gets. We've also established a negotiation channel with the Anarchs. They give us all the confirmation we needed.
Was Port involved in his destruction?
I look at her in disbelief. So does everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply exclaim it like that?
Oh, spare me the virtual signaling. I thought we were being transparent here. I don't give a damn if we took care of Callahan or not. I just want to have a clear idea of what I'm dealing with.
Yes, a clear answer. I need that too.
To my knowledge, none of us present here ordered his destruction, nor did we participate in it, unless someone wants to confess. It's now or never.
Of course, nobody speaks up. Arturo pretends to clear his throat. That's our official position as well. The Camarilla's ruling body had nothing to do with it, and for all intents and purposes, his Anarch contenders had more interest in removing him than we did.
That interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemies will prop him up as a martyr for the cause.
Yes, which is why we sadly can't just leave the Anarch to their own devices. As much as we'd like to avoid recognizing their sect in any way, we've offered to assist them in an official investigation. Addison Payne's wrinkled face contorts slightly. Let me just ask you one question. You do realize those curs have no respect for our traditions, yes?
We do, Addison, but as a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the words controlled opposition.
Yes, for now, it's impossible to fully contain the Anarch threat in New York. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. We extend our hand to the most promising contender, giving him a way to present himself as a diplomat, a man of reasonable compromise. The rabble falls in line, the purists grow angry and alienated.
We've already contacted the best possible person in their sect. He will oversee the investigation, and it's in its best interest to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough?
Addison ponders the question for a while, then waves his hand again. It is. Proceed. Funny thing, nobody's paying any attention to me right now. Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our man's people will still barely tolerate us, and the situation's volatile. The other factions within that sorry excuse for a sect might still try to escalate the conflict. I will do my best to solve this situation as fast as possible. How so? Qadir is momentarily taken aback by Arturo's question. I volunteer to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course.
I refuse. You have more important duties to focus on.
Once more, Qadir is stunned. All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue and attending to my usual duties at the same time, I think you gravely underestimate me.
Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known and appreciated by everyone in this room, Sheriff, but so is your perfectionism. If we do grant your wish to let you investigate while still fulfilling your routine obligations, can you guarantee you are going to give both these tasks your best?
I can guarantee something very close to my best. Close to your best doesn't cut it, Al-Asmai, not when the vultures are out in force. Callahan's destruction is sure to cause unrest among the Anarchs, and there's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage.
I want to make this perfectly clear. The celebrations will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessary, Sheriff. We rely on your constant protection.
Of course, my prince, we must be on constant vigil for a few days. Al-Asmai's sword must be constantly pointed at the enemies surrounding us.
The timing of the Baron's destruction is impeccable. The Anarch's leaders are sure to point it at us and claim we are shamelessly celebrating his end. Does anybody believe this is just a coincidence? Murders are messy, almost as messy as politics. It is impossible to really predict the outcome of any reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it would be wise for us to brace for a lot of unfortunate coincidences, Eiling.
That's a good question, Rorsch. He asked, I wonder why Arturo always refers to Qadir as Al-Asmai. I feel like it's like a sort of... I don't know if it's to mock him.
Yeah, I think
sort
it
of
is.
mock him.
It's to demean him. It's
yeah.
to be like, oh, it's Al-Asmai. Oh my gosh. You know, kind of Valley Girlish, but like, not really.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like to be slightly formal and demean him at the same time. That's the notion I get.
It's like to appear to be respectful, but actually be, double-edged.
Yeah. In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that their power struggles are of great concern to us. But they also can't think we have something to hide. Which brings me to my point. We do need a symbolic gesture, one displaying expertly measured intensity. My best bet is a humble diplomatic envoy, a low-level official acting as an investigator of sorts. I implore you, Prince.
There.
He bites his tongue and struggles to collect himself. I rarely see him lose his temper, at least where the Camarilla is involved. What's going on? I wonder about your suggestion for this role. After all, it's not particularly prestigious, but carries a lot of responsibility. We're still talking about a Camarilla representative. Oh, I think there's a very obvious candidate. Both he and Qadir look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does, too. Now, wait a second. He can't possibly mean... Miss Julia. Once again, your full name eludes me at the moment.
Should I do this part?
Yeah, you should do this part.
Okay. Am I allowed to speak? Or maybe I should wait for permission before I make up my mind. The sheriff sighs and deeply speaks up. Sighs deeply and speaks up.
Sawinski. Miss Julia Sawinski, right? I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace.
That's correct. That's correct.
Among others, the Banu Hakim Primogen insisted that you were worthy of greater privileges and should be given a chance to prove yourself.
Samira measures Arturo with suspicion. Yes.
Do you still think she's capable?
She looks me deep in the eye. I swear she's telepathically trying to tell me, please, 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 don't fuck this up, you dumb little shit. You dumb, sorry, dumb little white
shit?
girl.
Yeah,
That sounds better. Of course.
Good. And I'm sure that you, Al-Asmai, have no problem with your protege. Protege? Is it protege?
Yeah, it's protege.
Okay. Have no problem with your protege embarking on this mission? Save for the pain a mother feels when watching her child leave the nest? Yeah, he's definitely mocking when he calls him Al-Asmai, yeah.
The thing is, for the word protege, you can say prodigy, but I feel like Arturo will be the kind of guy going like, protege.
More fancy, yeah, more fancy.
More fancy. Yeah, with a whole pinky up kind of situation.
He's an Englishman, probably, which is why I do a slight English accent.
This is why he's here tormenting the New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm. He's like, how dare you dump all that tea in Boston Harbor?
This is revenge for that tea. He's that old.
Whether I do or don't is not particularly important right now, is it?
It absolutely is.
I don't see her as being completely British, like just more posh, high-class New York.
Yeah. But he tries to act British. Panhard's backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides him.
Prince Panhard,
If Arturo's plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no answer. Is the girl capable? Now he knows he's left with no choice.
I wouldn't entrust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't.
He exchanges glances with me, but his look is different than Samira's. It's as if he's trying to apologize to me.
Here we are, then. A recommendation from the Banu Hakim Primogen and the Sheriff. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas, but with this backing, I can't doubt the Knight Clan's representative will get the job done. I'm certain each of us feels the same. Mr. Payne?
The atmosphere in the room mostly suggests people are glad that they don't have to discuss the topic further. A shrug here, an averted gaze there.
It is as you say. I will watch the way she handles the situation with great interest. Well then, Miss Sawinski, looks like you've got your chance for a big break.
Just tell me what to do. She knows this is like, because she does like to have fun, but she's not stupid. She knows that here is a decorum of respect, so she's gonna go with that. Yeah, just point me in the right direction and tell me what to do. No point in pretending I have a choice here, is there?
Excellent. That leaves us with only one more matter, which I hope we can agree on.
Prince Panhard signals someone with their hand. Yeah. Prince Panhard signals... What did I say? Singles?
Singles. I heard singles.
Whoops. Prince Panhard signals someone with their hand. The figure emerges from behind the counter. Corner. Whoops.
Slightly
Fudge,
German. Slightly German accent. Do Petra.
Okay.
Just be slightly, like, kind of Petra.
Good evening.
But not too Petra, like slightly Petra.
Good evening.
Catherine, what a pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you were in town.
Sorry about that. I don't actually have water with me, so like my voice is like dying. Sorry.
No worries.
Addison, looking healthier than ever.
Oh, we have a spammer in chat. If you want to delete him.
Oh yes, of course I do. We don't need to buy followers, thank you very much. But if you want to follow us, that'd be great. What does wise have to do with it? We need an impartial observer for whoever respects. Whoops. We need an impartial observer for everyone. No, where's the 4 coming from? Oh my god, why is my mind thinking there's a 4 there? Okay. We need an impartial observer who everyone respects. As it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either. I beg to I'd be grateful if, just for once, you decided against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent.
I thought Rorschach said, I thought Asmai might be the Arabic name of Toreador, but it's actually Ra'in al-Fen. Yeah, I think Asmai is like his actual last name. Like, I think Qadir is like from a Arab, Middle Eastern background, and Asmai is his actual like last name.
Mhm.
Back when he was still a human.
A painful grimace.
I'll take over here.
Cool,
So there's
thank
gonna be a
you.
bunch
My voice is literally dying.
I got
Sorry
you.
about that.
A painful grimace crosses Eiling's face, but she is quick to interpret the taunt as an invitation to a game she can't possibly win.
As long as she can prove herself useful to the proceedings in some way. If what I have learned about her from Mr. Van der Weyden is true, she should be able to. And what did the poor Carter say about me this time? Nothing specific. One always has to read between the lines with him, but it was mostly envy.
Miss Weiss gracefully agreed to mediate between the Anarch representative and the La Sombra representative, ensuring mutual cooperation and mitigating potential conflicts. Kitsune Fire said, yeah, I kind of read it off as a subtle power play, like, you are still a human in my eyes, so I'll remind you of that. Ooh, that's a good point. That I could see that's why he uses Qadir's last name.
Exactly. That's cool.
That felt like a Freudian slip. La Sombra representative, not Camarilla representative, i.e., someone who can be catapulted from the sect without much damage to the ivory tower if they mess up.
That's exactly what they're setting her.
Yep.
Is there just a meetup? Is there a meeting set up? Okay, my
Arturo,
mind is not working.
Take your time. Arturo
Sorry.
looks at the clock on the other side of the room. In less than an hour, you'd better hurry then. What the Oh, you can take it here.
What the hell? All of this is happening so fast.
If the situation is indeed under control, I will drive her and oversee the situation. Out of the question. You got your orders, Sheriff. Attend to those. You fool. The girl needs guidance. He took off his mask, by the way. He's like, kinda angry.
He did. He just like threw it aside. Like ripped it off, threw it aside.
Yeah.
All we need.
And we
no.
need.
Gosh. Okay. I'm gonna try that again.
And do
Deep
Penhard more cold. It's a little too warm for my liking. She's like a
Okay.
cold venture.
And we
you know?
need yours.
There you
And
go.
we need yours. And nobody knows what might happen next.
But it's not as if the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, Alasmai. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you. Better spare Miss Sowinski having them see you two together.
Wow, he's trying to separate them now.
Yep.
Do you think my... Sorry, her accent is more... Okay.
German.
Do you think my guidance of Julia would be lacking, Qadir? Sorry, what?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, I thought he said something, my bad.
I didn't say anything. I never said that.
See, he never said that. So, do you have any objections to putting her under my care?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's me. Okay. He lowers his gaze, but seems reassured.
None whatsoever.
That's all I need to hear. We'll be going then. Wasting no time as usual, I see. Have you at least tried the aperitifs? Aperitifs, whatever that is. Waiting is an old person's game, Helen. I still feel young. Remember, if there's anything you need help with. Probably not, but I appreciate the thoughts nevertheless. Have a great night, everyone. Having a great night, everyone. I'll
She's
catch
not
up
that-
with you later.
She has an accent, a slight accent, but she's not bad at English. She's not
That's true.
Petra telling Major Riggs.
Oh, don't bring up Petra. Oh no, that's a whole nother thing. That's our Call of Cthulhu.
See, Rorschach said an
campaign.
interesting fact of La Sombra, they're much more respected than the Ashira, a sort of Islamic Camarilla. Ooh, that's very
Oh.
interesting. Considering the La
Interesting.
Sombra are tied a little bit to the Catholic Church. I like
Yeah.
that.
That's pretty cool.
I certainly hope you do.
And so we leave in a rush. funny, considering what she told me about being in a hurry yesterday.
Okay, I will take over here, because you're going to be voicing 4 different girls.
Oh, god
in one
damn.
setting.
Oh my god, okay. Let's go. We can do this. We're here.
More cold, a little bit more cold. No Samira.
We're here.
Samira's soft. There you go. She thanks the chauffeur and lets me out of the car into a quiet neighborhood, somewhere in Queens.
Seems like you were in a rush. I couldn't stand the crowd.
No. Colder. She's a bit
Cold?
more... She's older.
I couldn't stand the crowd.
Yeah. Samira is like warm and stuff.
I just don't
yes,
want her voice
Roche,
to be too similar.
I do have a director's chair because I played this and how I kind of imagine like the characters and stuff.
I'm just gonna delete that comment specifically because of what reason.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, Roche. Okay. What's it called? I just don't want Catherine's voice and Julia's voice to be too similar, which is what I'm trying to like kind
Catherine
of
has like an
break it up.
accent, so that's how we would differentiate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
She's honest, probably performatively so, just to get into my good graces. Well, it's working.
And why is that? In my experience, gatherings like those always enable a boring pack mentality. All the familiar lies we tell ourselves just to justify lusting for more, repeated, and ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
What the fudge is ad nauseum?
You never heard that phrase?
I've never heard of ad nauseum.
Wait,
Thought that
really?
was just a spelling mistake for a second. Yeah.
I
does that mean?
forget. Let me look up what the actual Latin meaning means. Okay, It's it refers to something that's been done so many times it's like annoying. So repeated actions over and over and over. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with I need guidance. No wait, Liza, are you telling yourself? That sounds kind of interesting. And like, I feel like she's more comfortable with Julia than anyone else with Catherine than anyone else because they did have a fun conversation the last time.
True.
Yeah. And what lies are you telling yourself?
Her aura immediately turns colder.
Fuck. You have bigger issues to worry about, sweetheart.
Ah, well, at least now I know how familiar I can get with her.
Good. I needed that. That I do. Back at the art hole, you said something about guiding me, but I have zero idea what to do. None whatsoever.
Give me 1 second. I will be back in a few.
Sounds good. Okay, while he's taking his time to be back, my voice is gonna die more because I will be talking to you guys. But also, this is fun for me, so I don't care if it does. I'll just put ice on it or something. That's actually a bad idea. Anyways, thank you for everyone who's been tuning in so far. Honestly, our experiment of like wanting to do this earlier in the day to see how many people are actually gonna come and that kind of thing. It's been really good so far. Yeah, like normally we get I think 5 or 6 viewers at nighttime, sometimes like maximum 6. But today we've gotten to a high of like 11. So I'm very, very grateful for all of you guys. And for anyone who's watching our VODs as well, thank you so much for coming. If you want to watch more of our videos, definitely leave a follow. We also have a YouTube channel. So if you want to see our videos, like our older videos or newer ones or things that you've missed or anything like that, you can just spam watch them. We have playlists and stuff like that.
All right.
The
I have
YouTube
returned.
link is in the
Sorry, I had to
description
take a phone call.
No problem. I just had a quick chat with our audience and thanking them for being here and for being awesome. Yay!
All right. You read this line, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I had a few necessary arrangements to make over the phone before we got here to ensure your pretty little head stays attached to your neck. For now, anyway. Oh, hydrate.
Honestly, that's a good reminder. That's why I have a flask of water nearby.
I forgot my water. It's okay. I'm
Kitsune, her character's probably gonna die of thirst.
Yes. Oh, that's true, because I haven't had floods for a long time. Let's go with that. Let's say that I need to feed. Speaking of which.
No, I meant
Never mind. I don't want to bring my own issues onto the stream.
I meant your Pathfinder character is gonna die of thirst.
Oh, well, actually, they're in the desert at the moment, so that's kind of fair.
All right, Kitsune, you know what to do.
Yeah, so Kitsune and I just said that at the same time. In the desert. I am grateful, but I still feel way out of my depth. I need to know what to do. You used to make a living as an investigative journalist, did you not? Investigate the murder. In TV shows where an investigative journalist gets too close to the heart of the political incendiary case, it rarely goes well. A cat's head on their porch, a bullet to their head. So you are afraid you might be a pawn in a game you don't understand, that your elders consider you a disposable asset, that a single wrong move might cost you everything you hold dear. That sounds about right, yeah. Well, by the sound of it, you understand your situation perfectly. I love Catherine. Oh my god. both my DM Catherine and this Catherine. They're so fucking awesome.
Did you say my DM, Catherine?
Yeah.
Did you just dox your DM?
I did not. I didn't say her last name. Catherine's a very, 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 very overdone name. As in, like, everyone...
Tisk, tisk,
like, there's
tisk.
a lot of Catherines everywhere, okay? I didn't even tell you the spelling, so chill. Also, I'm sorry, DM. Don't kill me.
Now she's definitely gonna kill you.
I'm so screwed. My character's so screwed now. Don't belittle me. I need your advice. Outed. Be anything you want, but don't be boring. Be anything you want, but don't be boring, Julia. If I wanted to belittle you, I would have drowned you in your platitudes long ago. Know thyself. Believe in thy strength. Trust no one. Act confident. Turn the chessboard around and read your opponent's mind. Read Sun Tzu. Quote him incessantly. Say, do you feel any better now? Can I ask you something? Seeing as Mia is still not here, of course. Do you know who killed Baron Callahan? I haven't the slightest idea. Were you emotionally impacted by his death? Not at all. Do you know him? Did you know him? Only passing, I'm afraid. I expected him to perish sooner than later, so never bothered to improve our relationship. What?
She thought he was... Dude, she just threw, like, massive shade. She's like, yeah, I figured he was gonna die soon, so I was like, there's no need to improve this relationship. Like...
Yeah, like, might as well, like, he was gonna die anyway, so who cares?
And he's a piece of shit, so who cares?
I love her outfit, just saying. Like, I love her hair and everything about Catherine, like, this character. Like, her... Do you see the massive earrings?
Yeah.
She looks like a rogue. She's really cool. Why are you helping me? Am I? That remains to be seen. What do you mean? You do not want a painfully honest answer. But I do.
She stares me down. Her irreverent tone makes it impossible to guess what she's feeling, even more so than the mask.
When I look at you, I see someone pitiful. Someone whose hunger is purely biological, just an animalistic rush. When I saw a burgeoning?
Burgeoning, yeah.
Okay. When I saw a burgeoning plan to put you in a situation that is way beyond your capabilities, I offered my help. I was curious to see what your true colors revealed themselves firsthand. When everything is said and done, and Callahan's killer is pointed out, will you be a whimpering animal or a victor to taking the spoils? I cannot wait to find out.
I don't know what to say. Is she provoking me, or...
Mia should be here any second. You have time for one more question. Why do you hide your face? I hope I'm not being rude, but, is there a reason you keep your face hidden? Yes. There is a reason, and yes, you are being rude. Sorry, just curious. I understand, but let's just say I prefer everyone to come up with their own theories. The more stories they'll invent, the less relevant the truth will be. But anyway, here's Mia.
She's back. A woman around my age emerges from around the corner of the street.
Oh crap, it's her? Okay.
I've never met her before, but if I had to describe her in 2 words by her aura alone, I'd guess those words would be permanently angry, even more so than your average anarch.
So we met her in our last campaign, or the last game, basically, which is the first VTM game. So I know her voice. You must be Catherine Wise. And you must be Mia Morgan. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The pleasure is mutual. This your girl? Julia Swansky, the La Sombra Primogen. The La Sombra representative.
I correct her automatically. At this point, it's a habit.
Good. If you were a Primogen, I might have tried to kill you here and now. Is Torque still on site? Nah, I told him I'd take it from here. By the end of the night, he needs to look at a natural candidate for the leader of the NYC Anarchs. It's gonna take a lot of driving around negotiations. How did he react to finding Callahan's remains? He hasn't exactly elaborated on his feelings, but I expect he reacted the same way every true believer in the cause did. It's this complicated mess of all the possible feelings under the moon. So he was the first one who was the first one to the murder
This one
site?
is a grammatical...
yeah, that's why
This one's a
I
straight up.
fixed it.
So he was the first one to
straight up, I was like,
murder.
there's no way that makes
Yeah.
sense. Oh, so you're already calling it a murder site? Does the Ivory Tower know something we don't? It's not the official position, but I expected a lot of them to think it's Torque who stood to benefit from the most from the boss's death, and it sounds like he's quick to jump on onto new opportunities. You don't know him? Yes, but I would love to meet him and ask him some questions, especially if he was the one who found the body. Well, if you're meeting Torque at all, it won't be tonight. He's too busy. I was assigned to investigate, and I won't be able to do it properly if I'm not able to question a key witness. I'll arrange for him to see you this week. This week? Aren't the tensions a little too high for delaying the investigation like this? Well, Torque's work is our best shot at making sure they won't get higher. So boo fucking who. I'm his right-hand woman, though. You got any questions? Direct them to me. Maybe the two of you should head to Callahan's office.
Colder.
Maybe the two of you should head to Callahan's office. The decision here does not seem to be going in the right direction, nor in a particularly interesting one. You're not coming? Torque and you are not the only ones who have their work cut out for them tonight. I trust you can take it from here. And Mia, be easy on her. In slightly different circumstances, I expected the two of you would have ended up on the same side of the barricades. Uh-huh. Take care.
He heads back to her vehicle.
Well, follow me. I'll show you his place.
It's a 19th century style office. Classical, wooden, smelly. The stuffy air of books, old furniture, and dust covers. The stuffy air of books, old furniture, and dust covers much of the fragrance of decay, but not all of it. This is the first time I've seen the remains of a vampire who has met final death. I heard stories of really old kindred crumbling to dust, but that's an exaggeration. At least, it didn't happen here. When kindred die, time catches up with them. If you offed me right now, I'd probably turn into an ugly, leaky corpse. But Callahan was well over a century old. It's like looking at a dapper mummy. A desiccated body in a heap of musty clothes. All that is left of the mighty boss Douglas Callahan, Anarch Baron of New York City. If that's really him. Needless to say, it might be a little hard to establish the time of death or the cause, especially as his garb doesn't have any obvious damage. What a great place to start.
Have you already found anything suspicious? No. Nothing you don't see in front of you.
Uh-huh.
This door is the only point of entry to the room, right? Yes, unless you count the windows, but nobody except for Callahan knew how to operate those. And they don't let air or light through, though.
Metal blinders on the windows facing east. The only modern element of the room sticking out like a sore thumb. They look automated.
Was the door open when Torque got here? Well, that's the one suspicious thing. It wasn't. It's as if Callahan locked himself from the inside. Oh, it's this closed room murder. Yay, that's pretty cool. Oh, I just said that. Crap, I just realized that I just said what she was gonna say.
Now say it in her voice.
A closed room murder, huh?
There's some glass scattered on the floor. I point at it.
Could that be from the window? I checked it from the outside. It's in perfect condition. So what's the glass? I have no idea.
Why does it seem like she has her suspicions but is remaining uncooperative just because, fuck off, Camarilla scum? I check the next point of interest. A wall safe. Surprisingly large. I play with the lock a bit.
What's the combination? It's Callahan's. What makes you think I know?
At least I tried. A desk with nothing but an envelope on it. Nothing inside. I check all the drawers. Every single one has... drawers...
Whatever.
Yeah. Every single one has been thoroughly emptied. I don't know what I expected. Is this how the anarchs go around securing crime scenes?
Were these empty before Chirk arrived? I don't know, but I wouldn't accuse him of tampering with the evidence if I were you.
Well, thank you. The decor of the room is... I quickly corrected myself. The decor of the room is pretty minimal, so there's not a lot of points of interest that could illuminate the case. I start getting nervous. I point at the painting on the wall.
Of course, you have no idea who that is. Callahan's ancestor? I guess.
I'm out of ideas. Everything I look at feels like another dead end. Sorry, I was sneezing, so I muted my mic.
It's okay.
I'm frustrated. I feel as if I failed this investigation before it has even started. There must be something more. I start walking around trying to find a single clue. Mia just watches me indifferently. Give me anything. Anything. God damn it. Anything. A shadow blinks in and out of existence near Callahan's remains.
Whoa,
I freeze in place. Your first ghost. Yep.
Yeah.
Ghosts exist? La Sombra can see ghosts. They're one of the clans. One of their.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, because they're the Shadow clan, so they can see shadowy stuff and all that.
They're Shadow Legends. They're Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, we're not sponsored by them, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, now, too bad we're getting a DMCA strike. Good job.
Shit. That was not my intention, but you know what? Whatever. Are you trying to help me? Are you trying to help me? What are you mumbling about? In case you missed it, I'm not particularly fond of your sect.
Doesn't seem like Mia noticed it. Oh yeah, Julia does not know that she can see ghosts yet. This is her first encounter, which is why she's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Okay. Give me just a moment more.
She groans under her nose and goes back to messaging someone on her phone. When she does, the shadow appears again. Once again, blink in, blink out. Could something be there? I approach the clothes and start searching them for a clue. Maybe they missed something.
Getting desperate, huh? Just being thorough. We searched the bastard like 3 times. He had nothing of interest on him.
Oh, that's interesting, Rorschach. So the Rorschach said, La Sombra seeing ghosts is a relative new thing, only added with the most recent 5th edition. In that... Huh, so in previous editions they just, couldn't see their reflections properly and messed up technology? That's really interesting though. I do like the ghosty ghost stuff. It adds a
Ghosty ghost.
new... spooky. Too spooky for me.
3 spooky, 5 me. How about this? How about this?
A small card, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list, is shoved deep into an almost invisible hole in the fabric. I take it out and show it to Mia.
Huh. You didn't plant that there, did you? No, did you? Shove off. What's on it? It's the list of 4 names. D'Angelo, Hope, Agathon, Tamika. Do they seem familiar to you, Revan?
Familiar to me? That's my question for you. Oh, and for everyone to know, in the last playthrough, Quasar playing as Lila, she made friends with D'Angelo and Hope. She pissed Agathon off. Agathon straight up said,
So
never
much
talk to
that
me. Never talk to me or my son ever again. And Tamika, she had a meeting. They became friends, but she didn't do anything with her.
Well, not his son, but his sister, but yeah. Never
It's a
talk to
meme.
me again.
The meme. Never talk to me or my son.
I know
ever
it's
again.
a meme. I was changing it to fit him, okay? I'm sorry.
Also, you don't know that it's her sister. That's because I told you.
Puns. Okay, fine, but I'm sorry my puns go over your head. R// whoosh. Any idea what this is about? Beats me.
He's lying, but I don't care. Tomorrow night, I will meet up with Qadir and ask him to help me figure it out.
I think I'm done here. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yashi sees me as nothing more but an enemy agent.
When will I get to meet with Torque? If, and that's a big if, he'll agree to meet with you on a 1-to-1 basis. Catherine will let you know. You probably won't let a loyal Camarilla lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway.
A Camarilla lapdog. Huh. It's a risky play, of course, and might backfire, but maybe I'd benefit if I put my loyalty to the court into question.
Nah, not worth it. Actually, wait. Risky play, of course, with my backfire.
So basically, Julia's considering whether to kind of cozy up to her and say, hey, I'm not that close to the Camarilla. I'm just working for them, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't really care for them much.
You know what? You know what? She's fucking bored of everything, especially with what the Camarilla was making her do.
Okay.
I think she would even consider, because she said I can't even die, right? So I think she'd consider even death something better than what she's currently living. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the risky play. Yes, the risky play. Let's go. Caramel lapdog, please. Well, aren't you? Trust me, I'm not the type who bites the hand that feeds her, but the court's favorite pastime is leaving me starved. Ah, so it's like that, huh? Yeah.
Alright, you got your first trait. So
Ooh,
these traits that you get, they will determine what ending you get. So the trait you currently got is loyal only to yourself. That is a trait you've gotten.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She studies me carefully.
I will keep that in mind, depending on how the situation unfolds. Good. In the meantime, have a good night. You too.
It's getting late. Or early, depending on how you look at it. Once I leave Callahan's office, I head straight to Dakota's apartment. I try to sneak by to my bedroom, but she's up waiting for me.
How was your night?
Shit.
Tomorrow. What happened? You look like something the cat dragged in. Tomorrow, I promise. But I'm worried. Don't be. Tomorrow.
Yeah, same Rorschach. I love this music. It's really kind of soothing, calm.
Mm-hmm.
She gives me a concerned look, then closes her eyes, slumps her shoulders, and frowns.
All right. You're the best.
I reach my pitch-black room and throw myself on the bed. The responsibilities, the stakes, the way I always feel too slow to react properly in these situations. I don't want to think. I want to turn off my brain. I want to drift into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Into the void.
Let's literally rest for tonight as well, like for ourselves. Because I think it's been a pretty long stream for one thing. Because it took the whole night, right? This whole thing took the entire night. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do the tutorial, and then I think we can call it for this stream. Is that okay?
Sure, we can do that. So you have received your first trait. Some choices in the game will push Julia towards different ways of thinking, which will have a lasting effect on her throughout the story. You will see a brief pop-up on the top of the screen anytime that you receive a new trait. You can always view any unlocked traits in the log screen, accessed through the top left icon, which is right here. Remember that ruthlessness is the mark of a true La Sombra, but you might walk another path before reaching that destination.
Pretty cool. I mean, I was planning to make her ruthless anyways, but also at the same time,
let's
she's
just
not
finish
completely...
this scene.
Oh, sure. Oh, wow. That's pretty, Okay. Always, you told me you'd make it big.
No, always told you you'd make it big.
Fudge. Always told you you'd make it big. Get real. These assholes are just using me as a pawn in some stupid fourth-dimensional chess game. As opposed to just keeping you off the chessboard? Don't be a glass-half-empty buzzkill. Watch them make me into a scapegoat or something. That would be exciting. I could write a book about living in the 21st century. I could write a book about living with a 21st century Lee Harvey Oswald.
You know who that is, right?
Yep, the guy who shot JFK.
Yep.
The guy who apparently shot JFK. We don't know.
Nope, it was the aliens. Whatever. Yeah.
Ooh. Come on, don't even joke about it like that. I haven't killed anyone. Julia, honey, neither did Oswald. See, she too! She's also a conspiracy theorist. Yeah! Okay.
Rorschach's like, he was a wizard.
He was a wizard, Harry. Ugh, right. I keep forgetting. Stop wriggling, or I'll mess up your face. Sorry.
I'm always obedient when she's busy working on my makeup. It's hard to take care of your appearance, especially your face, when you can't even see yourself in the mirror. Not that I've ever been particularly good at it, but Dakota doesn't seem to mind. I'm her goth dress-up doll. Her presence in my unlife is one of the few good things that my sire provided for me before fucking off to Chicago. Normally, I'd be told to find myself a ghoul, but many of our clan, myself included, find the idea of ghouls distasteful. We're cat people, not dog people. We don't want mindlessly faithful servants. We want companions who rely on us, despite having, in theory anyway, the free will not to. The kind of relationship I have with Dakota would normally be a breach of the Masquerade's rules. But the rules are different for kindred who are Camarilla, adjacent, even losers like me. Simplifying here, but my sire made it clear that her child would not own slaves, and that was the end of the discussion. To be honest, I think the court mostly agreed to that request because they wanted one more thing to blackmail me with, just in case.
What would you do in my place? If I had to investigate your elite's wrongdoings? Yeah. I'd probably look for those rich fucks pedophile rings. Look for the assholes who mention pizza suspiciously often. See who has a powerful friends in Manhattan jails. Stuff like that.
Yeah, she's a full-blown conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love Dakota. Oh, come on. Now I'm serious. Just search for the deep rot, and a lot of the smaller crimes will get solved in the process. What is it with you and conspiracy theories? What do you mean? You just told me your bosses are having an eyes wide shut parties and suddenly you don't believe in rich people's pedophile rings? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. My point is, you act as if all the conspiracy theories are real. Like, you can't possibly believe all that shit. Half that doesn't even make any sense. Well, you want an interesting answer or a real answer? The real answer should be the more interesting one.
She removes her brush from my face to gather her thoughts.
Everyone's lost nowadays. Just look at the world. It's drowning in facts that fail to cohere to a single convincing narrative, or a story that resonates. The corporate media want you to believe in the empirical thinking, but it always fails to deliver the moral, metaphysical truths, and the people desperately lack those. So what do? They turn to conspiracies, and suddenly they're all able to navigate...
Conspiracists.
Oh, what do? They turn to conspiracists, and suddenly they're able to navigate the world. And why is that? Because conspiracy theories give them emotional truths that serve as a compass. Is Bill Gates trying to insert satanic microchips into my body? Probably not. I hope not. Now, is he a terrible person? No idea. But there's ample evidence that might be the case. It's in his ruthless business strategies and the company he used to keep, the philosophies he follows. People look at him and they feel he's fishy. So when the media present him as a genius or a savior, and I post that he wants to put off the mark of the beast on my body, they choose to believe me. Because it makes moral, emotional, and metaphysical sense to them, and ultimately, that's what matters the most. The end.
I feel like I get Dakota. Yeah, exactly. This game, Kitsune, this game did come out before all of Bill Gates' divorce drama and all that.
Oh yeah, I don't really know much about that either.
He got divorced. He got divorced from Melinda Gates, and one of the main reasons she mentioned is that he used to keep the company. He would sometimes meet up with Jeffrey Epstein, and she always had problems with him meeting up with Epstein.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge point of contention for them.
Oh no, I did not see Bill Gates as that kind of person until now. Oh my god.
Don't trust rich people.
Yeah. But I thought
some of them might be helpful.
Only good guy. Damn it.
Nope, there are no good rich people. In let me be more specific. So far, I assume every rich billionaire is kind of morally corrupt unless proven otherwise. That's personally what I go with.
I like to see the best in people until they prove me wrong. But I mean, obviously, sometimes you get the first instinct on like certain people, which I will not name. But
I mean, Bill Gates is dealing with Epstein. This has been public. This isn't a secret or anything. This has been public knowledge for a while. Rorschach said, "How about millionaires? You know what? We'll put them up there as well. They're, I'll put them into the same basket as the billionaires."
Well, I want to put them exactly in the same basket because just because you have $1 million doesn't mean anything. If you have like
where did that $1 million where did that $1 million come from? How did you make that $1 million?
No. But some people like honestly, some people save up a lot and make $1 million.
Nobody saves up. Nobody. It is impossible for anyone to save up and make millions.
I agree with Rorschach about the 2 million. I'm gonna say anyone that makes more than $1 million, or okay, if your salary is $1 million, then yes, then I judge you. If you in total are worth more than $1 million, then I judge you. But that's it.
But
is that fair?
I guess what I was gonna get at is Dakota.
I mean, by judge, I just mean the skepticism.
Where's the line you lose your soul?
For me, I don't know yet. Actually, I don't know what I would do. How much?
Do you even have a soul?
How much? No. You know how there's like that line that there's basically an amount you can pay anyone to do anything, right? Sure. What is that amount for you? There's a lot of cop shows that talk about that. But there's this is the everyone has a price basically. So what's your price to do like things like murder or whatever, right?
And like basically I don't know what my price take bribes. I will take a Subway sandwich.
Guys, we got look out for Rorschach, man. That's why he takes up his
if we don't want him to if we don't want him to torture us, I gotta buy him Subway sandwiches. You know, Rorschach,
bribe the DM.
I'm curious. What's your Subway? What's your go-to Subway order? What's your go-to Subway order? I'll let him type it out. But in the meantime, the thing I was going to talk about Dakota is I understand what Dakota's point is getting at.
Not just roast specifically. Anyone type in your favorite Subway sandwich. Mine is.
We're not sponsored by Subway.
Yes, we are not. But I still like Veggie Delight and the Italian bread, even though
I heard good things about the Veggie Delight. But yeah. What I was gonna say about Dakota is that, I understand Dakota's points and I get what she's getting at. Now, maybe Dakota herself, that's why she likes conspiracy theories. But I think she's giving other conspiracy theorists too much credit. They're not some intellectual, metaphysical, deep thinking. No, they're all like, some of them are a bunch of straight up idiots.
I feel like, there's some people who just give credit to things that really don't need it.
Yeah, she's giving them way too much credit. Exactly.
Yeah. I think, for conspiracy theories, I think there's some things that are considered conspiracies but are actually just cover-ups, and there's other things that are straight up batshit crazy. Yeah. But, honestly, there's a huge line between the two. There's a very big margin. So, it's very hard to... It's like a very gray area. It's very hard to say, this is the truth, this is falsehood. Honestly, it depends on how much we, as a public, even get to know, which is why conspiracy theories shouldn't always be completely turned down, but it also shouldn't be advocated for unless you have actual proof,
Okay, apparently Kitsune Fire does not like Subway. So now her and Rorschach are gonna get into a fight.
Awesome! Okay, let's see what happens when DMs fight.
The entire world crumbles.
Us as ammo? Are they gonna use us as ammo? Oh no.
Oh god. Alright.
Okay, let's finish this quick. Let's go. Okay. Nah, I don't buy it. I feel like she's that kind of a person. I don't buy it, at all. But since you're saying it, I will just say it's cute. Good enough for me. You came up with this monologue yourself? Oh no, I read it on Facebook.
How original.
Oh, figures. But just to make sure, vaccines are okay? Well, as far as I know, they don't cause autism. Good to hear. Anywho, I'm done. You're the best. Yeah, considering how many times I've done makeup on a dead body, I probably have enough job experience to be a mortician by now. Now that does sound like an exciting career, but in reality, it's just probably the most boring thing under the sun. Yeah, I like my corpses talkative, pouty, and self-loathing. Shut up. This carcass will be leaving now. It's got a job to do. Go get him, Tiger.
Okay, and we'll stop here.
Let's pause here. Thank you guys again for everyone that's come and watched us live, and for everyone that will watch the VODs and everything like that. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you to no ends, and we hope you come back. And actually, I'm gonna talk to Revan, and I think he's on board with this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Revan. We definitely need to have a stream where we just talk about our D&D games, or our Pathfinder, BTM, Call Cthulhu. Just a chatting stream where people can come by and ask questions and stuff. It'd be really cool. I want to do it more so when we have a bigger audience.
We could do that while playing some mindless multiplayer game, or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, Overwatch or League or Dota or some crap.
Dota! Oh my god, if we do it playing Dota, God, you'll see how much
I'm just gonna play Techie's Goblin and feed the entire game, just so you know.
TTRPG night, yes. Yes, Katsune, exactly. So thanks again for everyone joining us, and have a great day!
Oh, and a real quick fun fact from Rorschach, Lasombra used to be sailors, and ooh, that is interesting. Sailors and pirates. See, I always thought Lasombra would be more assassin-y, but then I realized Banu Hakim are more of the assassin clan. That's interesting. Sailors and pirates. Or actually, Rorschach, I would figure Ravnos, they're the clan of nomads. Their bane is they can't sleep in the same place the same night. They have to travel constantly. I thought Ravnos would be sailors and pirates, but that's super interesting. Thanks for the fun little tidbits, Rorsch. Alright, we will end things today. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time.
We'll be back soon. Until next time on the Hollow Tesseract.